Hi, welcome to a lesson in Aphelios, the emo bastard, also known as Mr. 200 Years. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oh, this video is only 10 minutes long? You must have only covered like half of his passive. And while yes, this joke is still super hilarious after a fucking year, I have come from the heavens to tell you that Aphelios isn't as hard as you might think. Let me explain. Aphelios' passive has about 28 components. First, the guy has 5 guns. There's an obvious joke to be made here, but I won't. Every gun has 50 ammo, consuming 1 ammo per basic attack. When a gun runs out of ammo, it gets sent to the back of the queue and replaced with the next one, as in this set of graphics by Riot. He is such a baller that he holds 2 guns at once, one in his main hand, that he uses for basic attacks and abilities, and one in his offhand, using it to support his main hand abilities. He can at any time switch between these two with his W at no cost, doing a sick flip or something else, I don't know. Each gun has its own basic attack and Q. Calibrum, the green sniper rifle, makes their basic attack range so long that it makes Caitlyn jealous. Actually no, their auto attack range is the same. Dealing ability damage with this one marks enemies. You can detonate the mark from about this far with a basic attack, shooting your offhand weapon at them. Severum, the red scythe pistol thing, gives you lifesteal to damage you deal with it. The lifesteal it provides is pretty fucking bad early game, but combined with Legend Bloodline and a Hurricane, it becomes damn strong late game. Makes sense since Aphelios is a late bloomer. Its Q makes you run fast and shoot at just one thing that moves, or not, near you with both weapons simultaneously, scaling with attack speed and prioritizing champions. Following the theme of a scaling champion, it sucks major ass early game. The whole Q deals about as much as 1.5 autos, so it's only ever good for running away while still shooting early game. Gravitum, the purple black hole gravity gun's basic attacks slow by a tiny bit for 3.5 seconds, decaying over time. And while you might think, slows on basic attacks for a ranged champion? That's stupidly broken! And while I agree, fuck you Ash, I'll explain why it's actually the suboptimal option in most situations. First, the animation is super slow and feels kind of clunky. Farming with it is something to get used to, especially with the slow projectile speed. Its Q makes all enemies marked by the slow get rooted for 1 second, slightly inconveniencing them. It's the only weapon that doesn't use the offhand weapons for its Q. While a Gravitum attack is traveling, you can press Q to root the enemy as soon as it hits them. Infernum, the blue flamethrower thingy's basic attacks deal 110% AD. That's more than usual for the same price, in addition to dealing some damage in a cone behind the enemy. Hurricane makes the other bolts also deal splash damage, and critting makes the cone bigger and more painful. The weapon's Q is pretty simple. You spray your flamethrower in front of you, dealing some moderate damage, and then you shoot everything you hit with the Q with your offhand weapon. This weapon is best for wave clear as well as for teamfighting when you're safe and not getting deleted from League of Legends altogether by one of these. Crescendum, the white chakram's basic attacks are, well, they're weird. When you throw an auto, after hitting the target, the chakram will start coming back to you and you can only throw the next one once it comes back. Makes sense, right? That mechanic means that the closer you are to your target, the more DPS you'll deal. Additionally, if this champion wasn't complicated enough, when you deal ability damage with Crescendum you get bonus mirror chakram. They float around you and you can have up to 20 of them. They last for 5 seconds and the duration resets while basic attacking champions. But what do they do? None of you might ask. The mirror chakram empower your attacks, hurling themselves to deal bonus damage, meaning that Crescendum is best with weapons that can get you lots of mirror chakram. Crescendum's Q throws a turret about an Ivern away, which uses Aphelios' offhand weapon at the time of casting. It remains there until an enemy walks into its backyard. The turret then activates, becomes targetable, and starts shooting at anything that moves, prioritizing champions. Aphelios can't level up his abilities. Believe me, I've tried and failed, and instead he gets to spend points on AD, attack speed, or lethality. It's best to get lots of AD first, since the little attack speed amounts rarely matter early game, and you want to take shorter trades if any. Level up attack speed later since you'll make more use of it, and lethality less because it needs to have AD to be useful, but then you'll need attack speed because it's worth more. Yep, this was one ability and a passive. We've still got his ult, gun synergy, game plan, items, and runes. It's 1 AM, save me! Aphelios' ult shoots out Draven's spotlight that detonates on enemy champions. The Moonwalker then shoots every champion hit with his main weapon for some reduced damage, applying additional effects depending on the weapon. Calibrum's marks applied this way deal just about this much more damage when consumed. Great for sniping someone down from super long range when they're running away. Severum heals you for this much on impact. Gravitum's slow is increased, and if you root someone that got slowed with your ult, root would last 1.5 seconds instead of the regular 1 second. Infernum deals damage in a circle around the target, which means that holding hands with a group, as nice as it is, might not be the best idea when the enemy fell has Infernum. Crescendum gives you 4 mirror chakram on hit, on top of 1 per champion hit. People often fear Fellow's ult, but to be honest, it's very situational unless you have lots of setup. Use Severum if you're about to die, use Gravitum when people are running away from you, or rarely when they're running towards you. Use Crescendum when an enemy Olaf just got a boner for that clean emo ass. Use Infernum when you're too far away to actually basic attack the enemies. And use Calibrum when someone's free to get destroyed from range. Now let's talk about gun synergy, shall we? Most people think that to play Aphelios well, you have to constantly think about obtaining right gun combos, but in my opinion it's more important to play accordingly to the guns you have and will have. For example, if you have Gravitum and Infernum in lane, you have two options. If you have kill pressure of the enemy bot laners, you play offensively with your support so you can hope for a double root into Infernum damage. If the enemy has kill pressure on you, you can play like a little bitch, and when they stand an Ivern too close to you, you just root them and moonwalk away. That being said, some weapon combos just have more effective uses than, well, some others. Crescendum is very good with Calibrum if the aforementioned Olaf didn't bother to bring lube, so you decide to use his blood instead. The turret will constantly mark the enemy for empowered autos and mirror chakram at once, so you can shred him like the disgusting simple creature he is. Imagine having just 4 abilities and 1 passive that you can read. Whenever you get Severum plus Crescendum, you just instantly get a boner for the nearest squishy, because it's just such a strong combo mid-game or in smaller fights, letting you not only do a drive-by on the enemies, but also stack mirror chakram of them. Aphelios is a hard scaling champion, so you have to play carefully early game and just farm up. Almost every bot lane comp destroys Fel in a fight, so be very aware of what you're doing. For my first weapon rotation, I prefer to farm with Severum since, as I said, its healing sucks hard early game, and so does his Q, so save your Calibrum for poke. Once you get 1 to 2 items, you start dealing some damage with right weapons. Be very careful not to stop farming, it will cripple your lead if you have any. Remember, your task here is to make money from murdering the small colorful gnomes. Once you're fed enough, pick a spot that's on the polar opposite of the enemy assassins and open your Runaan's fire. Try your best to track every enemy and their abilities that are dangerous to you. Right now, preseason is upon us, so I can't accurately tell you what items will be relevant, but I'll just say that all of these are good ideas and you want to build these as fast as possible. I'll put the items in the description and I'll update them if anything changes. I like to take these runes. Coup de Grace is interchangeable for cut down if the enemy has lots of high HP people, and you can switch little tempo for press the attack or even fleet footwork if you have a particularly hard matchup. If anything changes, I'll put it in the description.
Hi, you wanted to farm, hi Aslo. Oh, pow! 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 There you go. Should have picked a ranged bot laner. Ah shit, ah shit, ah shit, what the hell? Ah shit. Ah shit. Oh shit. I think I stand with everyone when I say, what the fuck? This is season 11, everybody. Cool, let's go for a walk and ah shit. Don't worry, Leon, I'll come help you. Let's get him. Look at him, he's almost dead and ah shit. Let me tell you, I'm not the type to complain about balance. But Riot, this guy built full tank. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna be playing a real actual champion. Just kidding, I still hate myself. And we FF15. Now you know what? Fuck League.
デコワーク S ネコパラボリューム1ソレイユ開店しました。